Welcome to Wales. Located in the west of the United Kingdom, where ancient mountain ranges, wild coastlines, and historic towns blend together to form a land rich in character. With more than 2,000 years of history, from the Roman era to the Middle Ages, and with over 600 castles still standing today, this region is considered one of the areas with the highest density of castles in Europe. In addition, the ancient Welsh language is still widely used in daily life, alongside distinctive music festivals and local traditions. The combination of majestic nature, long history, and a unique cultural identity makes Wales one of the most fascinating destinations in Europe. And to better understand this land, our journey begins in the vibrant capital of Wales. Cardiff. Located on the southern coast of Wales near the Bristol Channel, the city has developed strong seaside tourism around the Cardiff Bay Entertainment District. Thanks to its central location and convenient transport connections, Cardiff also serves as a gateway for exploring many of Wales's most famous attractions. Although it is a modern city, Cardiff is still notable for its concentration of castles. The most prominent is Cardiff Castle, located in the heart of the city, combining the remains of a Roman fort, Norman architecture, and Victorian Gothic design. In addition, Cardiff is famous for its historic shopping arcades built in the Victorian and Edwardian eras, where visitors can stroll, shop, and enjoy coffee in an elegant atmosphere within the modern city. While the city centre preserves its historic charm, Cardiff Bay represents modern development. This area was once the world's largest coal port in the 19th century, but has been transformed into a vibrant waterfront district filled with restaurants, entertainment venues, political institutions such as the Senate Building, and a scenic freshwater bay. Despite being the capital, Cardiff has an impressive amount of green space, especially Bute Park, the green lung of the city located beside Cardiff Castle, creating a perfect balance between urban life and nature. The culture of Cardiff is deeply connected to rugby. Principality Stadium is not just a sports venue. It is the heart of the city where residents gather to cheer for their team. During the Six Nations tournament, the entire city transforms into a giant celebration. But the beauty of Wales does not lie only in its cities. The journey continues toward a landscape of far more dramatic natural scenery. Snowdonia National Park. Located in the northwest of Wales, covering an area of about 2,130 square kilometers, This is the largest national park in Wales and one of the most important protected natural areas in the United Kingdom. The British government passed the National Parks and Access to the Countryside Act in 1949 to protect important natural landscapes. From this foundation, Snowdonia National Park was established in 1951, becoming one of the first national parks in Britain and preserving ecosystems of Rocky Mountains. Glacial lakes and valleys formed during the Ice Age. At the heart of the region stands Mount Snowdon, also known as Yr Wydfa, the highest peak in Wales at about 1,085 meters. The mountain was shaped by geological activity and glaciers millions of years ago, leaving behind dramatic rocky ridges and a network of glacial lakes. Visitors can trek along famous routes such as the Pig Track or Miner's Track, crossing glacial lakes and moss-covered rocky slopes. For a more relaxed journey, the Snowdon Mountain Railway, operating since 1896, takes visitors close to the summit, offering sweeping views of the surrounding mountains and the Irish Sea from above. Beyond trekking, visitors can kayak on Llanudno Lake, climb the dramatic peaks of Tryfan, or observe the night sky within the Snowdonia Dark Sky Reserve, one of the best stargazing locations in Europe. This combination of ancient landscapes and living local culture has made Snowdonia the heart of tourism in Wales. Snowdonia also hosts cultural festivals reflecting Welsh music, language, and mountain traditions. One of the most famous is the National Eisteddfod of Wales, the country's largest cultural festival. Held in different regions each year, North Wales and the Snowdonia area frequently host the event. With a history of more than 800 years, the festival celebrates poetry, folk music, the Welsh language, and traditional arts. Visitors can experience choral competitions, poetry recitals, and Celtic musical performances. From these ancient mountain landscapes, the next destination brings us back to the medieval era. Conwy Castle. Standing near the northern coastline, this castle forms part of the Iron Ring, a system of fortresses built by King Edward I in the 13th century to control Wales. Conwy Castle, together with the castles of Caernarfon, Beaumaris, and Harlech, forms a UNESCO World Heritage Complex. These castles are considered some of the finest examples of medieval military architecture in Europe. One unique feature of Conwy is that the castle does not stand alone. It is fully integrated into the town's defensive walls. The most memorable experience here is climbing the castle towers to overlook the entire town of Conwy, its harbor, and the distant sea. From above, visitors can clearly see the nearly intact medieval town walls stretching about 1.3 kilometers around the settlement. The cultural identity of Conwy also reflects admiration for engineering and innovation. The presence of a medieval castle standing beside a 19th century suspension bridge and a modern railway symbolizes technological progress through different historical eras. Visitors often spend time walking through ancient stone streets, observing historic houses and narrow medieval alleys. Local residents and visitors share a strong awareness of heritage preservation. Instead of bright, modern advertising signs, you will find handcrafted shops, tea rooms and restaurants located inside centuries-old buildings. If you had the chance to wander through these historic stone streets, would you stop for a quiet cup of tea or simply continue exploring every corner of the town? Ahead, dramatic coastal landscapes begin to appear. Pembrokeshire Coast National Park. This is the only national park in the United Kingdom established primarily to protect a coastal landscape. Located on the Pembrokeshire Peninsula and surrounded by the sea on 3 sides, the park features towering limestone cliffs, hidden coves, and untouched beaches. Its isolated setting creates a peaceful refuge for those seeking escape from the noise of modern life. Before becoming a national park, this region was home to coastal fortresses, small fishing ports, and medieval monasteries. In 1952, Pembrokeshire Coast officially became a national park, a decision aimed not only at protecting its natural beauty, but also preventing industrial development from altering this remarkable coastline. Tourism here developed around the preservation of wilderness itself as the main attraction. The creation of the Pembrokeshire Coast Path in 1970, a nearly 300-kilometer coastal trail, transformed the region's tourism. The path leads visitors past hidden coves, golden beaches, and rocky headlands facing the Atlantic Ocean, creating one of the most beautiful coastal walking routes in Europe. Beyond the scenery, the region reflects the coastal culture of Wales. Fishing villages such as Tenby, St. David's, and Fishguard still maintain traditional rhythms of life with small harbors, seafood restaurants, and summer maritime festivals. Popular experiences include coastal hiking, kayaking through sea caves, and observing marine wildlife such as seals, dolphins, and seabirds nesting on the cliffs. Beaches like Barafundle Bay and White Sands Bay are often ranked among the most beautiful beaches in the United Kingdom. After the wild beauty of this coastline, the journey continues toward a seaside town known for its classic resort atmosphere. Llandudno. Llandudno is one of the most famous seaside resort towns in Wales. It developed strongly during the Victorian era in the 19th century, when British aristocrats and the middle class began traveling to coastal towns for leisure and relaxation. Thanks to early planning and careful preservation, Llandudno still retains the appearance of a classic Victorian seaside resort. Elegant hotels, public squares, and the historic Llandudno Pier, a wooden pier nearly 700 meters long, built in 1878, create an atmosphere reminiscent of a living museum. The pier hosts souvenir shops, cozy cafés, and small amusement areas extending gracefully into the sea. The town's most recognizable landmark is Great Orme, a massive limestone headland rising above the Irish Sea. Visitors can take a cable car or ride the historic Great Orme tramway to the summit, where panoramic views stretch across Llandudno Bay, the sea, and the distant mountains of Snowdonia. Within Great Orme lies the Great Orme Copper Mines, one of the largest prehistoric copper mines in Europe, dating back more than 4,000 years. Because Llandudno has long been a resort destination, its hospitality culture is deeply rooted in family traditions. Many hotels and tea houses have been run by the same families for generations. The welcoming atmosphere here feels warm and sincere rather than commercialized, making visitors feel like honored guests in a shared home. Yet Wales still holds an even more surprising place ahead, a village whose architecture surprises many visitors. Portmeirion Village. Portmeirion is a unique tourist village located on the northwest coast of Wales in the region of Gwynedd. It was created by Welsh architect Sir Clough Williams-Ellis between 1925 and 1975, with the vision of building a harmonious architectural environment between human design and natural surroundings. What makes Portmeirion extraordinary is that the entire village was designed in a Mediterranean style inspired by Italian seaside towns. Pastel-colored houses, small balconies, arches, and stone-paved squares create a setting that resembles a southern European coastal town hidden within the Welsh landscape. Visitors can enjoy a calm atmosphere because vehicles are not allowed within the central village area. Staying overnight in the village's hotels or villas allows guests to experience the magical character of the architecture when evening light falls across the colorful buildings. Portmeirion also gained international fame as the filming location for the television series The Prisoner in 1967. After the series aired, the village quickly became a destination for travelers and film enthusiasts alike. Today, Portmeirion functions not only as an architectural masterpiece, but also as an artistic resort featuring hotels, restaurants, and cultural events. The most famous is Festival No. 6, an annual music and arts festival attracting artists and visitors from across Europe. Would you prefer to experience the village during peaceful, quiet days, or during the lively atmosphere of the music festival? Leaving behind this Mediterranean-inspired setting in the heart of Wales, medieval history returns once again along the journey. Pembroke Castle. Built on a strategic limestone promontory surrounded by the Cleddau River and close to routes leading to the sea, Pembroke Castle commands impressive views and convenient access. This location has created diverse travel experiences including boating, geological exploration, and learning about military history. Pembroke Castle is best known as the birthplace of King Henry VII in 1457, founder of the Tudor dynasty in England. This historical event gives the castle an important place in British political history. Over the centuries, the castle has evolved from a vital military stronghold into a cultural heritage destination for visitors interested in royal history. The castle stands out with its impressive medieval military architecture, especially its massive cylindrical keep overlooking the river. Strong defensive walls and watchtowers surround the complex, creating a dramatic silhouette against the coastal landscape of Pembrokeshire. Beneath the castle lies the enormous Wogan Cave, an extraordinary combination of natural geology and human construction. Visitors can explore maze-like stone corridors and climb the towers for views of the town and surrounding coastal valleys. Pembroke Castle also hosts historical reenactments during summer, including medieval festivals, sword-fighting demonstrations, and archery displays, allowing visitors to experience the atmosphere and military traditions of the past. After exploring one of Wales's most famous fortresses, the journey continues to an island landscape shaped by both history and nature. Anglesey Island. Located in the northwest of Wales, Anglesey is the largest island of Wales and is separated from the mainland by the Menai Strait. Its position between the Irish Sea and the mountains of Snowdonia gives the island diverse coastal scenery, including dramatic cliffs, untouched beaches, and peaceful fishing villages. The island has been inhabited since prehistoric times. Ancient stone monuments and Celtic settlements still exist here, suggesting Anglesey once served as an important spiritual center for the Druids, the priestly class of the ancient Celtic people. Today, these archaeological remains combined with natural landscapes make Anglesey an important destination in northern Wales. One of the island's most famous landmarks is South Stack Lighthouse, located on a rocky outcrop separated from the mainland. Visitors must descend hundreds of steps along steep cliffs to reach the lighthouse, where breathtaking views of the ocean and seabird colonies await. Tourism on Anglesey revolves around nature exploration, such as coastal walking, kayaking, bird watching, and sunset viewing along quiet beaches. The Anglesey Coastal Path extends more than 200 kilometers around the island, guiding travelers through golden beaches, secluded bays, and traditional fishing communities. Anglesey's culture remains deeply connected to Welsh language and traditions, where the Welsh language is still widely spoken in everyday life. Anglesey is more than just an island. It preserves the spirit of Welsh culture and untouched nature. And it is here that the journey through Wales concludes with a peaceful yet unforgettable seascape. Our journey exploring Wales now comes to an end. This land fascinates not only through its dramatic natural landscapes, but also through its long history, ancient castles and Celtic culture preserved across centuries. The combination of nature, heritage, and everyday life makes Wales a truly captivating destination for travelers from around the world. Hopefully, this journey has inspired you to one day explore the beauty of Wales for yourself. Thank you for taking the time to watch. If you enjoy travel stories like this, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe so you will not miss our next adventures. See you again on another journey of discovery.